Hey, what you watching there, Libby?
Hamara India. Hamara India.
Okay. Slaxx is a 2020 horror film about a pair of jeans. Yeah, that's right, killer pants. After the death of a little girl named Kirat at one of the clothing company's sweatshops in India, the girl, now interwoven with the jeans, goes on a murderous rampage. It's pretty out there. Be sure to like and subscribe, and with that out of the way, it's time to watch people die in this Slaxx kill count. This chick, whose name I certainly don't know, decided she'd help herself to a pair of free jeans. The jeans the store plans on unveiling tomorrow. After changing into them, something unusual happens. She starts bleeding, and for some reason, as if women can't tell the difference, she thinks she's on her period. So she runs off to the girls' room. When she gets there, she plops her ass down on the toilet, and then tries to get them off, but it's already too late, because the jeans already began forming to her body. Or rather, into her body. Later, after being visited by the CEO Harold, nice guy Chris...
It's Craig.
My bad. Nice guy Craig asks Hunter to go look for Period Girl. She reluctantly does so, and immediately upon getting to the bathroom goes, well, I guess she ain't here. But hey, there are those killer Slaxx she just had her period in. Let me try these on. And much faster than they did to Period Girl herself, the jeans go crazy, and causes Hunter to become hunted, when they make her slam face first into a coat hook. I guess your hands don't work, huh, silly pants? I don't know this guy's name either, so I'm just gonna call him Stan, because why not? As Asian man Stan is unboxing the clothes to put on display, he comes across those snazzy jeans that everybody's been dying over. Falling victim to its siren song, or hypnotic logo, Stan here heads down into the basement, fully intent on trying them on. And he sure as hell isn't about to let Craig cockblock him. Heading out of view of the security camera, Stan simps over the jeans, and as he's playing with the zipper, it slices his thumb off, and thus ensues an attack by a rabid pair of pants.
Oh my god, I'm so totally excited I could just die!
You shouldn't have said that. After Craig and new girl Libby discover Asian man Stan in the box, he knocks her out to keep her from telling the others. Soon after, wannabe influencer Peyton Julius, or whatever the hell her name is, arrives. She's kind of an entitled, self-absorbed asshole, but thankfully we don't need to put up with her for very long. As her video begins and she gets a hard-on for these jeans as if they're her sugar daddy, her clout makes them rise to fame. Literally rise, as in these things hang her ass. Also, her camera lady might have died, but we'll hold off on counting her just until her death is confirmed. Never mind, given the fact that the store is locked down tight with no means of escape, I guess now it's safe to assume that those 5 people are down for the count. When Craig hauls ass, he runs into Green Dress Lady, who for the sake of this we'll call Karen. Craig warns her the jeans are murderous, and even shows her live security camera footage of the jeans crawling through a trail of blood. And what does Karen do? Well, obviously the most normal thing anybody would have done. She shit talks him, and in return for being an ass, Craig gives her a smile and sees her off. After Libby tells Shruti, I'm gonna call her Shroot. After Lib tells Shroot about the killer pants, they attempt an escape. But unfortunately for them, the store's under serious lockdown, and they ain't going nowhere. When they make it to Craig's office, Libby and Shroot talk to the jeans in Hindi through the security cameras, even though they understood Lib perfectly when she spoke in English. And we learned from the jeans who are spelling it out on the wall with Karen's arm in some blood about what happened to the little Indian girl possessing the jeans. Shroot and Lib try to reason with the jeans, but that doesn't last long when Craig tries to fire extinguish them to death. Craig, I don't know what you expected to happen here. The girls chase after the jeans and see a pile of them feasting on those 5 bodies from earlier, and when they try to get away, Craig traps them in. He wants Shroot's camera. Ain't nothing getting in the way of this mofo's regional manager position. He ends up going on the hunt for Shroot, and when she surrenders the camera, he straight up just stabs her to death. What the hell, man? Craig then discovers the camera's missing its SD card. Well shit, guess you shouldn't have tossed your weapon so soon, huh buddy? He then continues his hunt and finds Lib. After a brief struggle, he ends up choking her out, but unfortunately for him, the army of jeans just broke free. Closing in on his ass, Craig shits his pants, and then becomes a meteor skeletor. Libby then tries to leave with the SD card and tell Kirat's story, letting the world know of CCC's sweatshop and slave labor, their lies, and the death of Kirat herself. But, rather than letting that actually happen, Rat and the Jeansy boys say screw it and massacre everyone the second the doors open. By my count, there was at least 24 people who ran into the store, giving us 25 deaths, counting Lib. And you know what, Kirat? Libs and Shrew told you they'd share your story. And she was right when she said those people didn't deserve to die. So yeah, you know what? I think you kinda deserve to get sucked into a shredder, you psychopath. And now to hand out the Kill Count Awards. The award for the worst has to go to Libby and the 24 people at the end. Originally this was going to go to the 5 people who died off screen in the store after the YouTuber died, but Libby was the main character. And after everything that happened, the Jeans slaughtering the customers was just stupid. Also, Libby should have died back when Craig attacked her. At least her fake out death was actually good. The best has to go to Influencer Girl just because of how smooth and flawlessly the pants moved. They look great.
And 120% organic. So sweet,
And the award for most memorable goes to Asian Man Stan, who was mauled to death by the Jeans after they came to life in his hands and ripped off his thumb. Though I hated the ending, I still had a lot more fun with this than I originally expected. I went into this thinking it was just going to be another low-budget horror movie, and the effects, along with everything else, were just going to be pretty bad. But to my surprise, this was actually pretty fun. I'd give it a recommendation rating of 3.5 to 4 out of 5. Be on the lookout for a full-length review. I'm still not sure if that's going to come before or after the counts. In the end, 2020 Slaxx, a total of 37 kills. There could have been a few more, depending on exactly how many people ran into the store at the end. Let us know your favorite one down in the comments below, we love reading them. And I'll catch you back here again, with more dead people. Let's find out and get to the breakdown. It's time to watch people die. Written and directed by Clive Barker, the movie opens up in Morocco, where we see Frank Cotton, played here by Sean Chapman, trying to buy himself a new toy for the bedroom. Kinky. Fun fact, originally Barker wanted the movie to be named The Hellbound Heart, after the novel. But when that was rejected for sounding too much like a romance movie, he pitched the amazing Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave. It's a shame that one didn't stick. Finally, after coughing up enough dough, Frank takes the box and goes on his way. Now back at his place, Frank gets his seance on. Careful buddy, one wrong move and that happens. Ooh, not kinky.